Well, happy Monday. I'm so happy to see you. I hope you guys had a good weekend. We are here, we're here to talk about phonics, right? And Rashid, still missing in action. Don't know where Rashid is. Don't know what he's doing. He's off working on some sort of project. And here we are, still adding to our vowel teams chart. And so I wanted to show you something today because we are going to add into the vowel team. But this might be the trickiest one of all. So I want you to take a look at something for just a moment. Do you guys recognize any of these books? Thumb up if you do. Yeah, we've got the Three Little Pigs, the Three Billy Goats Gruff, Goldilocks, and the Three Bears. And you're probably saying to me, Mrs. Ardini, I think you're confused because we don't really do fairy tales and phonics. We save that more for reading and writing, and I know that. But I chose these three books specifically. I wanted to see if you know why. So take just a moment and see if you can figure out what these three books have in common. I hope you said that each book has three of something. Three little pigs, three Billy Goats Gruff, and three bears. And we know that when we see these stories, in each of them, all three work together to do something. In the Three Little Pigs, the three pigs are working together to get away from the big bad wolf. And in the Three Billy Goats Gruff, if I remember correctly, they're trying to work together to cross a bridge. And in Goldilocks and the Three Bears, the three bears are trying to figure out together who broke into their house. So in each of those stories, three people, animals, were working together to do something. And so that brings me to our next vowel team. Okay. If you notice, it has three letters. I-G-H. And just like in those fairy tales that I showed you, this I-G-H vowel team they all work together, all three of those letters, to only make one sound. Long I. So we look at this I-G-H and we just read it as I. Isn't that crazy? Three letters, one sound. Let's read it together. Ready? I. Pretty good, right? All right, I want to show you some examples of using this I-G-H, long I, vowel team. I jumped as, anybody know? High. Yes, I jumped as high as I could on my trampoline. Now, this kind of high isn't like, hi, how are you? I hope you're having a great day. This is high, like up in the air. I jumped as high as I could on my trampoline. All right, so I'm going to let you take a moment to pause and read the next sentence and see if you can use that I-G-H vowel team to solve a tricky word. Okay, so I hope that you paused and got a chance to read this sentence. I'm going to read it to you now. I think it might rain today, so I'll bring an umbrella just in case. Now here in the word might, we have this I-G-H vowel team. But one way that it's different from the word high is that we have added a letter to the beginning and to the end. And with this I-G-H vowel team, we can manipulate it or change it and move parts around a lot to make tons of new words. And so we're actually going to do that today. So what I want you to do is I want you to grab a whiteboard, a marker, a piece of paper, and a pencil, whatever you have handy. So you're going to need to do that in just a moment. And then I'm not sure at Avery where you have these in your classroom. I know they're probably hanging up like big poster chart sizes. My virtual friends, these were sent home to you at some point. But if you don't have them, it's all right. You're going to be able to pause the video and use them. So I'm going to pause just a moment and let you get your items together. Whiteboard and marker, piece of paper, pencil. And these charts, if you have them. But if you don't, that's okay. So I'm going to pause for a moment and then I want you to come back. All right. So let's take a look. We have, hopefully you have, our ABC chart, which was the original kind of chart that we started using even in kindergarten. Our blends and digraphs chart that we started using at the beginning of the year. And our common word endings chart. And you're probably thinking to me, so what do you want me to do with all this, Mrs. Ardini? Well, guess what? I'm going to show you. At the very top of your whiteboard, and unfortunately I can't really show you mine, but I want you, and I'm going to just get a sticky. We're going to pretend this sticky is my whiteboard. I want you to write I-G-H at the very top of your whiteboard, okay? Just write IGH. Just and maybe circle it, draw a square around it, so we know that we are working with these 3 letters that go together to make the I sound. Okay, have we done that? So now what you're going to do is you're going to do some mixing and matching and building and creating. Avery friends, if you have a partner that you work with, this would be a great partner activity. If you don't, that's okay too. I'm not sure what the rules are right now and what the setup is, so you can leave that to your teacher. My friends, you're going to work on your own on this, but that's okay too. It's a fun thing to do even if you're by yourself. So we're going to use a combination of the ABC chart, the blends and digraphs chart, and the common word endings chart to make as many words as we can with the IGH vowel team in it. So let me give you an example. For me, sometimes it's helpful to go letter by letter and put it together with the vowel team to see if it makes a word or makes part of a word that we might know. Okay, so I think I'm going to start with my blend chart. You can start with your ABC chart, doesn't matter to me. So let's see, I'm going to look at this SC, sk, I. Well, now if I put sk, I together, that sounds right, but I know that that's not how sky looks in the book. So I'm going to keep moving. Brr, I, bri. Now wait a minute. Bri is not a word, but I'm going to put those letters together for a moment. This is not a word. This is kind of part of a word. But guys, do you think we could add another letter onto the end to make a new word? Yeah, I'm going to add a T on the end. And I'm going to make bright. And bright makes me think of another word that has this IGH vowel team in it. Let me think. Bright. What happens if I add an L to the IGH? Oh, I. Light. Would that work? Let's put it together. Let me grab a sticky. What do you think? Does that make a word as well? Good. So what if I wanted to make this word even bigger? Look at my word endings. What could I make? I could make this word into lighted using that ED ending. Or I could change it into light by just adding an S on the end. Or, oh, guys, sorry, you're seeing a sneak peek of something for later. How do I get out of this? Sorry, guys, you're seeing a whole bunch of light bulbs. Or I can, let's see, let me duplicate this. We could change to lighter. I would like to paint my walls a lighter color. So there are all sorts of different combinations of alphabet letters, just letters, blends and digraphs, and word endings that you can use with this IGH vowel team to make new words. So here's my challenge to you. Now that you have IGH written at the top of your board, I want you to take 10 minutes. If you're at home, I would set a timer. If you're at school, your teacher will time you. And I want you to take these 10 minutes and I want you to make as many words as you possibly can with this IGH vowel team. My students, you're going to turn it in to me on Seesaw, just a picture of your board, nothing big. My friends at Avery, you'll be able to talk with your teacher about that. And I want to see how many words you're able to make. When you're finished, come back. All right, I was so excited to see how many words you were able to make with that IGH vowel team. And so now that we've learned another vowel team, we've got to go back and do some work, right? Because we still have our vowel team linking chart. So pause the video if you need to. Take a moment and get your vowel team linking chart out. All right, now that you have your vowel team linking chart, what I'd like you to do is I would like you to add the vowel team. Whoops. I'd like you to add the vowel team IGH. And remember that those 3 letters, just like the 3 little pigs or the 3 billy goats gruff, or what was the other one? I've already lost it. Oh, Goldilocks and the 3 bears. Those 3 go together to make one sound, and it's long I. And here is a word that will help you remember. The word light and a picture of a light bulb. So I want you to go ahead and write IGH. I want you to write the word light, and I want you to do a quick sketch of a light bulb to help you remember. Remember, not an art project, okay? Just a quick sketch. And then when you're finished with all of that, I want you to pop over to the next video because we are going to add 2 new snap words to our snap word chart. Have a great afternoon, guys.